Okay, welcome everyone to the Pro Trader Room Plus. We're here for the market opens. My name is Lee
Bank of
Goldstein, the
England's
trading
Green says
director
I
at
was
10
not
Minute
tempted
Trades.
to vote
Please
for a rate
remember,
hike last week.
all the trades we discuss are for educational purposes. All right, give me a heads up. I assume everyone can hear me just fine. We've been talking. Uh, a brief look at the markets. Right now, the U.S. markets are up, but they're selling off. There's a lot of mixed news reports. Reports that there's negotiations, there's not negotiations. How do you negotiate with people who lie? It's very complicated news. I highly recommend that if you're not a subscriber to Financial Juice Pro, I highly recommend you become a subscriber to Financial Juice Pro. It'll keep you safer in terms of any scalping you might do. You can configure all the news that you get in the center, and all the reports that are coming out are on the left. It's it's my favorite calendar. It's the best.
Bank of England's Green says
And
high
then
expectations have tightened and they will have
the
implications
Squawk
for the economy.
Box. We tried to get something going with Financial Juice, and we just couldn't get a working relationship with them, unfortunately. But doesn't change the fact that they have really good products. So right now, I'm looking at oil. Now, gold, you want to keep an eye on gold this week. Gold's getting ready to roll over. I think it's not going to happen until the week is over. But if you look at the current contract, well, it might be Friday. And you look at the future contract, which is GC 626, there's a lot of volume on 6 already. Only about a third of what's on the current contract, but that eats away liquidity from the current contract. I don't like that. All right. Now, I've got multiple reverse continuations on multiple charts. Let's go through them. Oil. Pretty much in the morning, what I do is reverse continue. I usually do one position, a 25 tick target, and a 25 tick stop. What's the point of a reverse continuation? It's a scalp, a safe scalp, because it's got a target and it's got a stop. And if you use multiple positions, you can use all the features you use in all of our trades, trailing, target one, stop move. So it's up to you how heavily you want to use it, but I like to use it for some quick scalps. Make sure you choose the account you're trading in. Make sure you label it CL reverse continue. Apply it and okay it. Save a template if you want. Save the reverse continue CL template. Go to template, type save, and then just type in CL reverse continue and give it a date. Always date everything you do. Every file should have a date, and then make sure you're on the right account, and then turn the trade on in the control center. So I have the same thing with the YM, except I'm using a 35 tick stop and a 35 tick target. One position.
European shares pair gains, stock 600 last up around 1%.
And I've got the same thing on the RTY as the YM, 35 and 35. 35 target, 35 stop on the RTY. RTY, trading funded. YM Lucid. I want to get my Lucid account passed before a month is up. And then the oil open, the market open. I did a little scalp right before the room opened. Um, I'm going to keep working on account number 35 that made a whole bunch of money yesterday. That's a prop account that needs about $2,000 to get funded. I have two funded accounts. One of them is brand new. It's up about 250, and another one is needs about $1,600 more to make a request for money. Oil, I'm going to put a breakout trade for the market open. It's been working. It hasn't been incredible, um, but it's made a few ticks most mornings. So you right-click strategy, double-click news trader. It's a breakout trade. We'll trigger the oil open. Yesterday, once again, I put it at 9 o'clock. It's 8:59:59. Oil opens at 9. I think it would have been a loser yesterday. I really do. I don't think it was a very good move. We'll see if we can get away with a 15 bracket this morning. Target 1 is 8 ticks. Target 2, I'm going to make it 20 ticks. And the stop at the moment is 20 ticks. That's the current breakout. That's what I'll test right now. I'll put the time on 0. I'll scroll down to optional and remove the check vertical line on entry. I don't want to see it. I'll label the trade under setup CL breakout open. All right. I'm going to leave it on sim because the time is set to 0 so we could look at our bracket. Apply it, okay it. Put the charts on sim. CL breakout turn
Order
on.
submitted.
With 0 time, it
Order
triggers the
canceled.
brackets. So right now our bracket is 15.
Order submitted.
Right now, a 15 bracket will survive a few seconds before the open. But it is
Order canceled.
a small bracket for the kind of volatility we're seeing in this market. I think you can get away with a 20 bracket on this trade if you wanted to. And if oil gets more volatile, I'll increase the bracket. That's the oil setups. Now, like I said, you can put a magnet on every chart. I usually don't trade oil magnets. So let me go back to the strategy, the breakout, put the time in correctly, 8:59:59. One more time, a bracket of 15. Position 1 is a 1. Position 2 is a 1. Target 1 is 8. Target 2 is 20. Our stop is 20. And I forgot about target 1 stop move. If my first target gets hit, I'll move my stop to BE, break even. All right. And I'll trade it in account number 35, the same account as the reverse continue. It's labeled CL breakout open. Apply it, and then if you want to save a template For today's setup, you click Template, Save. It opens the dialog, and then you would call it Oil Open Today's Date. And then you have a template for today's oil open. If you take a week off and you come back next week, you go, wow, how did I trade the oil open last week? Well, you just look up the date on your template. Instead of saving it, you go to load and it shows you the various templates. That's how you do it. And then make sure your chart trader matches the account you're trading. In the middle, we have our YM. YM, let's take a look at a longer term chart. Here's a 15-minute chart. What's a 15-minute chart tell us? Over the past 4 or 5 hours, you've got some pretty serious volatility in both directions. You've made a new high, you've made a new low. You have a 150 tick candle and an even bigger candle. So you've got some significant volatility in everything, I would say, probably this morning. If you look at everything, you're going to see a lot of up and down. Even though the YM is bullish, it's bullish from 6 p.m. last night, right? But it's not so bullish from 8 o'clock this morning, is it? After 8 o'clock, it's been selling off. So it makes it hard, right? Because you're thinking, wow, I would go with a high of day magnet, but it's pretty bearish at the moment. Right now, the momentum is not supporting a short, but the price action is moving lower. Sometimes that happens. You get, what do you call it? Dichotomy. That's not the word I'm looking for. What's the trading word? Dichotomy. Francis, help me on this one. When you have up price movement and your indicators are down, divergence. That's the word I was looking for. But we put our magnet on the YM. High of day, low of day is what I always try for. Proximity I leave alone. Position, number of contracts you're going to trade. That's always up to you. We'll try to 50 on my stop. And I'm going for one target at the low or at the high, but 2 contracts. So I leave my target alone, -3. And then, like I said, you can set up the reverse continuation inside the magnet if you want to. So that would mean if we duplicated the way I'm doing my reverse continue on the YM and we duplicate it inside the magnet, position 1 is a 1, the stop is 35, and the target is 35. That's how I'm doing it. I'm labeling the magnet YM. All right. And this particular YM we're trading in Lucid. Trying to get this Lucid account passed. Apply it, okay it. Gotta change the Lucid colors. I don't remember how to do that. I'll have to look it up. I forgot. There's a way to change the chart trader properties on Lucid. I don't remember how. I'll have to look it up. I'll figure it out. In other words, I don't want it the same color as Ninja Sim. That's confusing. So we have a YM reverse continue. We turn on our YM magnet. Now we could also trade the reverse continue inside the magnet. When you turn on a high of day, low of day magnet, you might want to adjust your orders. That's what those heavy lines are, your entries. All right. You can hover over the button, magnet entry, to see the order. I certainly want to enter after it goes below the previous open. And then on the upside, we've only got about 20 ticks of target. It's almost random targets, random entries this morning. I'm not using
Bank of England's Greer says AI
structure.
funding could become a financial risk, then a macro risk. There is no clear productivity boost from AI so far in the UK.
Here's a crazy story. Beyond Meat delays earnings report due to accounting errors. That almost always is a disaster. Almost always. I bet that stock's way down today, right? All right, RTY. It's a little bit early to put our range on. So CL, we have a breakout, right? Let's double check the settings because I get it wrong half the time.
Russia's
Our
foreign ministry spokeswoman Zakharova on US South Korea drills
oil
says
breakout,
it's a preparation for war.
our oil breakout, 859.59. Bracket currently is 15. Position 1 is a 1, position 2 is a 1. Target of 8, target of 20, stop of 20. If the first target is hit, target 1 stop move will go to break even, BE. Label the trade, CLBRK open, choose the account.
Bank of England's Green says that the Bank of England is not seeing massive productivity gain in the next 3 years.
Turn it on. Now, you can always go back and check your brackets. As we get closer to the open, it seems like oil has quieted down a little bit. So I think our current settings look okay. I didn't realize Beyond Meat was a penny stock. Most of those
So you also had
fake
news from France news
hamburger type
agency
things
citing Iranian sources that they
use
said that what
so
we seek
much
is an end
poisonous
to the war,
oils in
not
them.
just a ceasefire.
You know, like all of the, a lot of the Canadian oils are poison. They're barely food. Soybean oil, uh, all these processed oils. Almost all of the non-meat products that make believe they taste like meat use an enormous amount of these horrible oils in them. I have tasted it. The soy oils are terrible, really bad. That stuff will kill you. Our food supply that's a whole other monstrous, horrifying nightmare. It's really bad the way the food companies poison us. It's beyond comprehension, really. It's mind, but you wouldn't believe it. It is the way it is. It's the way this world is these days. When the only goal is money, there is no morality for most companies to do things the right way. Yeah, the more ingredient, the canola oils are really, really bad. Really bad. Yep. I bet you didn't know that inexpensive Parmesan cheese, they put wood chips in it so it doesn't clump. No joke. Cellulose. It's ridiculous. Wouldn't you rather have a little bit of clumping in your Parmesan cheese rather than wood? I would. Anyway, if you want to go back and test your brackets, so you put the time back on zero, right? Put the time back on zero. Put your account back on sim so you don't test your brackets in a live trade. Put your charts on sim, right? And then when you trigger a zero
Order submitted.
trade, it'll think the time has passed. So it throws the brackets on.
Order cancelled.
As
Banking
soon
Green
as
says I'm more
price
worried about
moves,
the risks from high inflation
the
and
brackets
slower
won't
demand from
generate
this shock.
until price moves because they need movement to generate. So if there's a slight delay, don't think something's wrong. There's nothing wrong. Price has to move before brackets calculate. I don't know if I believe that, Calvin, that kind of stupid stuff. 859.59 on our trigger. Right now, the 15 bracket seems all right, right? If we look at a zero bracket, I mean, if we look at 15 bracket,
Order submitted.
to test, we have a couple of seconds for the price to jolt when the market opens.
Order cancelled.
All right. So I think this morning a 15 looks okay. You can use a 20. I think you can use a 20 on oil. I'm debating it. I mean, oil's down 384. It's down 384. The trigger time is 8:59. Don't forget to put your software back on the account that you want to trade it on. I'm going to use the 20 bracket. Generally, it shouldn't hurt us. A little bit bigger bracket. $859.59. And let's see what it does this morning. Remember, this is not a vetted trade. It's just a trade. The only reason we're trading it is because of all the war volatility. And we've noticed that the market's moving at the open, which it hadn't been doing in a long time. I don't know very much about guinea pigs, in all seriousness. I don't know anything about guinea pigs. Thanks for that, Francis.
A Lebanese military source told Al-Haddad that the Israeli army is now present in most border towns, with the exception of 4 to 5 towns.
All right, we've got 1 minute until the oil market opens.
Effective Fed funds rate unchanged at 3.64%, 24th of March.
Had a very interesting YM long signal. I didn't even think about taking it.
Order submitted. Order submitted. Order filled.
Now, that
German
was a
finance minister
trade
says
that
starting point for any change must be economic sovereignty.
it
and a
sure
new
looked like
German
it hit
growth
the
model.
first
Germany
target, but it
cannot respond to
whipsawed
every crisis with more
and
money.
pulled back.
Fiscal consolidation will be part of
Whipsawed
the
and
overall
pulled
package.
back.
And finance minister says that they will present an income tax reform to
Whipsawed
provide
and
relief
pulled back.
to 95% of employees.
Now, is
It will also
oil
abolish
going to the
income
high of
splitting
day?
where
It's
it
very,
proposed
very
capping
choppy.
excess profit
Very
energy
choppy.
capping excess
Look at that
profits of energy
whipsaw
companies and
behavior.
binding price caps.
Whipsaw behavior. You could see why
Finance
this
minister
is
also
not
says
a
that the German
vetted
society will
trade.
have
It's not a
to
very
work more,
it's not a very
and
safe
that they
trade,
also
I don't think.
support radical cuts to bureaucracy. The state does not have to control everything. German's finance minister says early retirement should not be encouraged.
It's hard to
People
tell
should be
what direction
incentivized
this
to work
price is going to
longer.
go. It's very choppy. Is it going to go
Just
and
a heads
test
up,
the
White House
low?
Trade Environment
I
is
would have
speaking to
thought
Politico at the moment.
it might test the low.
According to Wall Street Journal, Trump is to tap Zuckerberg, Ellison, and Huang to tech panel.
But I'm not dying to do more
So
damage to this
President's
account
Council of
right now.
Advisors on Science and Technology will start with 13 members, according to White House
It's
officials
right
being
at the
cited by
VWAP.
the Wall Street Journal.
Right at the VWAP.
The council will weigh in on AI policy and other tech issues.
I'm just watching it. That may be the end of oil for this morning. Didn't work. Didn't work. Remember, it's a non-vetted trade. It's not really a quote unquote official trade. I don't make videos about the oil open, generally, when I'm making videos. I'm tempted to take a short. Might as well blow the account up, right? Tempted to take a short, but you could wait for a signal too. There won't be a signal without a magnet on the chart. If you put a magnet on the chart, all you have to do is put the magnet on the chart and turn it on. As soon as there's a valid signal, it'll generate. I think we're going to get a short signal. Right now, it looks like a short signal. Right now. Doesn't mean it's going to be, because it's hanging around the VWAP, right? It could go either way at this point in time. Right now, it's looking like it should be a short. Now, there might not have been a change. No, there was a change in momentum. I'm not going to take a trade here, I don't think, on oil. I think it's too choppy. I'm tempted, but what do you think? It's just hanging right where it was after the open. I don't want to sit in a trade for 20 minutes. I think it's going to test the low. That's my gut. Let's watch it for a minute. We'll watch for a minute.
Order submitted.
So where would your stop have to be? Above, put it above all those little wicks before it started moving down. So you've got downward momentum, but you have pretty low volume. That worries me a little bit. The low volume is definitely worrisome. Definitely worrisome. Keeping my eye on the YM. The YM, the magnet is on SIM. I want to put that on our funded account because on our Lucid account.
We have posted out the piece from the Wall Street Journal. Again, Trump names Zuckerberg, Ellison, and
That's
Huang
where
to
the
take back.
YM should be trading. Okay. Oh, it is on the Lucid account. Remember what I said? It looks like SIM. It is on Lucid. So the YM. Let me get rid of the oil magnet. I'm not going to trade oil much longer here. I just want to get out and get the NQ chart on. Let's see if we can grab a couple of ticks and get out.
So there's a piece from the Financial Times that gives scenarios or their military briefing of how a US assault on Kharkiv
If not,
could unfold.
I might
We'll pop out
close
the
it
article
because
for
I
you
want to go
shortly.
to the MNQ. YM, we have our magnet set up. Long entry, actually, looks like a long entry might be possible. It probably should be above 50,
Order
but it's
filled.
not a lot of profit. So made about just a few ticks on oil. I think it's going to go. It might go to the low. It might be going to the low. Yeah, I forgot how to change the color. How do I change that color? I don't remember how to do it. Let me start a new video. So that was the oil open, a lousy move.
We have posted it out onto the feed for you to read through.
Let me start a new video. Give me 1 second, everyone. Welcome everyone to the Pro Trader and Plus US Market Open. My name is Lee Goldstein, the Trading Director for 10-Minute Trades. Please remember, all the trades we discuss are for educational purposes. All right, I'm going to get rid of my oil trades for the moment. CL, CL, remove the breakout. I'll leave the reverse continue. We'll change it into an MNQ reverse continue. So we're going to change our chart MNQ
Bank of
0626
Canada says it resumes market operations.
for the
Will
open.
proceed with its regular schedule for market operations.
Put ourselves on sim for a minute. And we're going to change our reverse continue. We're going to configure it for the MNQ. So highlight the reverse continue, make sure it's unchecked, and we've got a couple of contracts, a target of 50 and a stop of 75. And I think let's get the money back, try to get the money back in this account. We'll keep it on 35 and we'll call it MNQ reverse continue. Apply it, okay it. So that you can turn on. All right, then our MNQ, I love MNQ magnets this morning. But we have a breakout that we trade every morning. Right click, click strategy, click news trader. We're adding a second strategy to the chart. I'm going to load my template. Load. And the template name is MNQ new open. There it is. We're going to right click it and rename it today. 325. Load it. And right now the time is 0, but we trigger at 9:29:59. 9:29:59. The bracket is 35. Choose the number of positions you want to use. Target 30 and 100. Lately I've been using 40 and 100. If it hits the first target, move the stop to BE. Yesterday, I watched the video, and for some reason, I don't know why, the price did not move to BE. I might have set the trade up manually and didn't put target 1 stop in. Target 1 stop move is BE because it hit the first target yesterday, and then 125 on the stop. And then make sure you label it, breakout MNQ open, choose the account, but I'm going to test the bracket on a sim chart, right? The time's at 0.
Order submitted. Order canceled.
Go back to the breakout, put the time in, 9:29:59. Bracket of 35, targets of 40 and 100. Stop of 125. Target 1 stop move is BE. That's my setup. Trading it in account 35. Let's try and get this money back from the oil trade. And I'll also put a magnet on the NQ, MNQ. To watch for signals after the open. So put a third, you could put a third strategy on the chart. Right now, I'm going to leave it on off. 2 contracts, 100 stop. But I would normally trade this with the reverse continue. However, if it makes a high of day, low of day magnet, which is possible, we could switch it from off to high of day, low of day on the control panel. So I want the trade set up inside the magnet. So position size 1, I've got a couple of contracts, and my target's -3. Stop is 100. And then we're
Jerusalem Post
trading everything
reports
on
that
the same
director of
account,
Israel's
but you
Mossad
must label it
says that they believe that the
MNQ
regime
magnet.
change in Iran will take a year. So again, they believe a regime change in Iran will take a year. According to the Jerusalem Post, reporting from getting reports from Mossad
And choose the
intelligence
account.
agency David Barnea.
When you turn it on, it'll generate VWAP signals, which I'm not looking at right now. I'm not looking at signals till after the open. All right? After the open, I'm interested in signals. The YM, I don't think I'm interested in trading the YM open until after the open. Now, the RTY, I explained before. I'm just thinking, but there's a way to get it, Calvin, for the Lucid also. That's for Ninja in general, right? Changing the color there. There is a way to get it for Lucid. Anyway, our YM is on our Lucid account at the moment. YM magnet, YM reverse continue. The RTY, it's going to be on our funded account. We're going to put our range trade on. Right click, click strategy, double click news trader, and I'm going to load the template for the range trade. RTY, open range, go down to range trade, and we're going to start at 925. 6 ticks above the range, 6 ticks below the range. Show the range graphics on chart. Then we're going to go up. Go to optional first. Show vertical line on entry. Turn it off. I'm going to save that as a template. Apply it. Go to template. There's one other thing I want to save. 35 stop. End the range at 930. Position 1 is a 1. Position 2 is a 1. Target at 10. Target 2 is 20. Stop 35. Target 1 stop move. BE, break even. Then apply it. I'm going to save it. I press template. I'm going to save it. The same template I already had. Double click it. Already exists. Replace it. Yes. So it made the changes. And then I'll put it today on our funded account. Apply that. Okay. Make sure that everything's on the right account this morning. Turn it on. YM Lucid MNQ on 35. So we're ready to go. Any questions? Everybody clear on what the various setups are? Obviously, you don't have to trade every setup. Most people are choosing one or two setups to trade over and over. You know, you don't have to trade 5 and 6 different setups, right? We're doing it just to show you all these setups. Sometimes it's hard to manage, and you might, fail to make as much money as you normally would if you were managing just one setup. The market open is fast. The other thing that looks good this morning is a magnet for the RTY. You can always put it on the chart. You don't have to trade it. Add it to the chart. I would put it high of day, low of day, because it looks pretty good. And if you want it low risk, one position, leave the target default -3. That means 3 ticks before it gets to the high of day or the low of day. And then choose your stop. I'm using 40 on the stop at the moment. Then I scroll down, label it RTY magnet. Labeling is one of the most important things to do when you're creating a setup. Always label every single setup. Always. And then the account, RTY is in our funded account. They're not all going to trade at once. So you can have multiple setups in one account. You can't trade them all at the same time, though. So we have our high of day, low of day magnet. Proximity default is 3. Just leave it at 3. Position 1 is a 1. I'm just trading one contract. Target a -3. The stop is 40. Nothing else I'm touching till I get down to setup account. Choose the account you're trading, label the setup, apply it, okay it, turn on the magnet, and it'll show you your order entry. I'm going to make it a little bigger on both sides. Now, I don't have to take this trade, right? It's not an automatic trade unless I turn the magnet entry button purple. If I hover on the magnet entry button, I can see my entries. My sell is 37.20. My buy is 63. I don't have to do anything. I'm just watching it. If I want it automatic, I press the button and turn it auto. Turn off auto. All right. I trade the range trade, so I'm thinking magnet maybe
NBC, citing
after
news
the
officials,
open.
says that Trump receives daily briefings with video footage of the largest and most successful strikes on Iranian targets.
All right, so we're really just waiting now. Just waiting for the market open.
Just some further
Yes,
detail in
Roz,
regards to the
correct.
15-point plan that was shared by Pakistan to the Iranians, and regional sources had told CNN reporter. They said that one source said that several points would be next to impossible for Iran to accept, and another said it mirrored the points the US tabled with Iran in past discussions.
All right, everyone. So we're just hanging tight, watching the markets. We have 5 minutes until the open. We've got a YM magnet. I have an RTY range trade. You can see the range is starting to draw now. With a range trade, the top line shows you where you're 6 ticks above the range will put your long order. Your bottom line shows you where you're 6 ticks below the range will put your short order after the range is done calculating. Your middle lines are the range calculating. The range trade is very simple. Once you just understand those lines, right? And they are simple. If you did 10 ticks above and 20 ticks below, the lines would be unequal. And you can do that. They don't have to be the same.
Just a heads up added to the calendar now. Levitt will be hosting a briefing at 1 p.m. Eastern Time today. It wasn't scheduled originally on the timetable, but she's going to be speaking at 1 p.m.
Just watching, everyone. Watching and waiting. 2.5 minutes. Quite a bit of chop you could see in the MNQ there. I don't take signals 5 minutes before the open. I don't really pay attention to them. All right, 1 minute.
1 minute ago now to get the market on open imbalance data.
YM, I will turn the magnet on for the market open. Might be that we should have traded the VWAP. Watch and see if we get another VWAP that works great. Now in the new version, it's very easy to target that VWAP at the last
10
minute.
seconds.
Order submitted. Order submitted. Order filled. Order
Market on
filled.
open imbalance. S&P 500 buy
Order
side
submitted.
471 million. Nasdaq 100
Okay,
sell side
immediate
1.6
profit
million.
on the
Dow 50 buy side
RTY,
77 million.
immediate
Mag 7
profit
sell
on
side
the
1.5 million.
MNQ,
Order filled.
and immediate profit on the YM magnet. Wow. So we went from down 300 on the MNQ to down 160. So we made 140 and then 150 on the YM open and 150 on the RTY open.
Seeing US stocks extending
Two
gains.
great
Dow Jones
opens.
up
Now,
1.14%.
let's just watch for a few minutes. RTY, you can get rid of the range, all right? Uncheck it, get rid of it. Don't need it. Do you want to trade the RTY high of day with a magnet? You could turn the magnet on. If you think it's going, you can trade it.
US stocks extending gains.
Or you
S&P
could keep your
500 up
150. It's a funded
1.01%.
account and say,
CCC
hey, I'm
Arm
happy for
Holdings,
today,
VRS jumping 12% at
right?
the open, the most since October.
You could say, hey, I'm happy for today. I might do that. I might say I'm happy for today on my funded account. All right. I'm happy for today on my funded account. Now, MNQ high of day, low of day, we can turn that on,
US listed shares of
right?
Alibaba up 3.3%. JD.com
And if we
up
get a high of day,
1.2%
low of day
after
on the
Chinese regulator tells
MNQ,
media call end to price war.
you could trade it, right? Right now we're just watching it, just watching it. But if the market decides to burst, you could trade it. Now, the YM did not do the VWAP. All right, it went right up. It went right up. So, had we changed to the VWAP, we would have had a no trade, no fill. I do prefer the high of day, low of day at the open in particular. High of day, low of day at opens are great. Okay, they're really good. Everyone doesn't work. These markets, they're tough markets. These are tough markets. Things are moving, on a breath, on a whim.
Tesla
We can
shares
turn
up
off and get rid
2.5%.
of our breakout MNQ. We don't need that. That can be removed. And our everything else is just magnets and reversals. They stay on. They stay on. There will be a YM short signal soon if there's a change in momentum. There might be a VWAP signal on the MNQ soon. You know, you have to decide, do I want to trade more? Am I happy with, more than $400 in profit on the open, on the various setups? Those are honest, reasonable decisions. You don't have to keep trading. If you can make $300 or $400 a day, that's pretty darn good, right? That's pretty darn good.
So, a reminder with Tesla in Europe, they notched their first increase in European monthly sales in more than a year, with new car registrations growing nearly 12% on the year in February.
Why are the markets bullish? How can they be bullish?
So, a reminder
That's
in about 2 minutes'
mind-boggling.
time, ECB Coca is due to speak.
Nice, Nitin.
They're speaking at the
Very
ECB
nice.
and its Watchers Conference.
So you've got a VWAP long signal on the MNQ. It's a pretty big stop because the stop's got to be below the VWAP by at least 10 ticks. I don't like that there's a short VWAP on the YM, but it's been invalidated by the candle. It's blinking both ways, so I wouldn't jump in on the YM yet. The MNQ might be a good signal because it's probably going to go. MNQ is probably going to go test the high. What do you think? It's
According to
not
three
the
Iraqi
smallest
energy officials,
range.
they say Iraqi oil output
It's
plunged
not the
further as
biggest
storage
range. I
fills
mean,
and
the
Hormuz exports are
MNQ
blocked by
is, it
conflict.
could go either way.
Iraqi
It's
oil
not all
output from
that
southern
far
oil fields fallen
from the
about
low.
80% to around 800,000 barrels per day.
My
Iraq
Lucid's doing pretty
orders
good.
further oil output cuts
We
after
made
deepening
150. I think
G&I's
I'm
sluggish
up.
production at major southern fields.
I've only traded
Iraqi
it for
energy
2
officials say
days,
more oil production cuts
and
possible
it's up
if Hormuz disruption continues.
800. It's up 800. So this would be a late long here. Might
According to
just
the
let it
information,
do the
Meta
magnet.
platforms to lay off
Now,
100
this is an account that's not a very important account. It's not that close to funded, and
further
it's
according to the
not that
information, the
close
Meta
to
platform will lay off a
anything.
few hundred people across the company on Wednesday, according to two people familiar with the matter, as part of a broader effort to overhaul the company for work in the AI
Order
age.
submitted.
So the cuts will affect staffers in Reality Labs, the division behind its hardware platforms and wearables.
I think it's a
as well as across its
75
social media
stop. It's not a
teams,
very big stop
recruiting operations,
on
and a
the MNQ.
smaller
Where
number
do
of
you really
sales.
need your stop? Below this wick. It's a very big stop. Very big stop. It's a pretty risky stop. I think it's going to get tagged. It could get tagged. I would increase it. It should be there. But that's 200 ticks from where it was. But I think you're going to go up.
Russell 2000
Ultimately, I
two-week
think
high
it's going to
last
go
of
up.
1.6%.
3 ticks away from the high. It's too big of a stop. You know, if you don't want to risk that much, you could put it below your previous low, right?
According to TASS
You
News,
could. You
Russia
don't
was
have to
briefed on results of the US-Ukraine
risk a
discussions.
fortune if you don't want to, but it's choppy. So certainly maybe at least the previous long wick, but normally this stop should be below the VWAP. That's the truth. It should be below the VWAP. This stop below the VWAP probably works. It's a big stop though. It's a big stop in a risky market. It's a big stop in a risky market. So it's a tough one. Where should the stop really be? Probably about $300 down in there. Should be below the VWAP. So that's where I'm going to put it. It's an account that if it doesn't work, it's not the end of the world. I made 1,000 in that account yesterday. That's where I think the stop should be. Now, we are getting a momentum change. We are getting a momentum change. I'm not going to trade the RTY. I'm going to keep my funded
When is going
profits
to be expected to hear
in the
from the ECB's
RTY.
corporate?
It's probably going to test the high, though. There's a good chance. Good that you were able to get out of it. Opened up Bull Knox Rhythmic and two accounts were missing, deleted. James, did orders get left on by accident? RTY, if the RTY goes, I'm going to jump off a bridge. It's going to go. Probably should have taken that trade.
US listed shares of gold miners up as gold prices gain.
Let's see what happens to our
Also did
MNQ
see
trader.
shares of space companies rising after report SpaceX aims to file for IPO as soon as this week.
I would have to check. Does Bullnox have you have to trade so many days in a row? That might be what happened. They might have a rule. I'd have to check their rules about how many days in
Also,
a row
corporate
you can
reports said
be
there's no
inactive.
confirmed date or venue for possible US-Iran discussions in Islamabad, and Iran has not yet agreed to talks, according to Pakistani officials.
So RTY did not get there yet. It did not get there yet. It's trying. It hasn't given up. It might get there now on the second pass, the second try. The MNQ is trying to test the high, but it's not doing it. It's not doing it. RTY didn't make it. Now the RTY might have been a stop out if you didn't take a profit, if you didn't
Getting here
try to
from
take your
Mehdi's
profit.
Press TV has access to information about Iran's response to US plans and Iran's conditions to ending the war, which will be published in a few moments.
There's no confirmed date or venue for possible U.S.-Iran talks in Islamabad, and Iran has not yet agreed to talk, say Pakistani officials. That just came out. That may not help a long trade.
Surely expected to hear from ECB's Cocker.
So I think that we're not going to get those tests. Not going to get those tests of the high. You can close the trade. You could move your stop up if you want to get out, right? It's going to hit the VWAP, and then that's really where our stop is, 10 ticks below it. So, you get a headline, and a headline in 1 minute can ruin your trade. Let's watch a couple of minutes and see what happens. James, they're pretty quick on answering their email too. I'm curious what they say about what happened. I'm wondering if you broke their trading rule in terms of number of days you're allowed to take off. I think it might be 5 days. Let me see what chat says. Let me ask.
Seeing shares of US memory chips companies falling. SanDisk down 6.7% and Micron falling 4.1%.
It says that you don't have to trade X days in a row. It doesn't appear to be a rule that you broke. So we're right at the stop here, right at the stop. I'd be shocked if this trade works now. Now I'd be interested in a test of the low, right? Even though the market is way up, the market's way up still, theoretically, right? But you've just got this strong downward momentum, and I think that's going to kill the trade. It's going to be hard to recover from it. Yes, the market opens were great. You don't have to give back your profits by scalping. It's hard. These markets are hard. You don't have to take a second and third trade if you've made good money on the open. Remember, the more you trade, the harder it is to survive. The less you trade, ultimately, the better you do. Most people. Most people. This trade's going to get stopped right now. It's hanging around that VWAP.
Order filled.
All right. So now it didn't, it's not blowing up the account or anything. It just didn't work. So that magnet did not work. It looked like it was going to test it. I believe we're
Order
going to the
submitted.
low.
U.S. Interior Secretary Burgum says that we have brought back $100
I'll
million
take a
in physical
risk
gold from
to the
Venezuela.
PP now. Let's see if this market tests the PP. Now, you can avoid losing anything. Move your stop to safety. Bring your target down to the low. Maybe we're heading to the low. Now I'm going to trail, right? Now I'm going to trail. So at least we'll get some of it back. We were just on the wrong side. Now, if it reverses right now, we're not going to get very much back.
Order filled.
All right, so only got about $50 back on that. So now you got to wait. You got to wait. Just watching now. I'm done with my funded account. I'm not going to blow any money in my funded account. So I'm going to turn off my RTY. Well, we could still
Emerging
watch it.
currencies index reverses gains in oil
I
price
still
decline.
think we're going down here.
Order submitted.
I think we're going down to the low. The stop, I'd want it above the previous open. And now it's frozen. Hopefully that'll unfreeze. It unfroze. Let's see if we get down to the low or close. Yeah, there is a lot of crazy news. This will be my last trade, and I'll see everybody at noon for the webinar. The YM looks like it's going to make the low. Now the YM, we made our high magnet at the open. So that would have filled a low magnet had we set that trade up. You got another really good YM signals. There were two phenomenal YM signals this morning. You got the test of the high a little bit delayed, but it was a great signal. And then before that, there was that signal was great. Now, there was a losing signal before it, but not sure anyone would have taken that signal because everything was down. The candle was negative. Might not have taken that signal. And then this might have been a small winner, depending exactly when that signal came on. But before, well before the open, we were here and we saw that signal, but I didn't even think about it. Honestly, I didn't even think about taking it. It just didn't register for whatever reason. I think we had our opportunity at the PP. That's what I think. So I'm going to end our YouTube stream. We're going to get ready to go here. Thanks everybody for watching on YouTube. Really appreciate it. We actually had a very nice open. We're just not scalping well, but not trading in a account that is going to change our life. I mean, that's you want to take your scalps in tough markets carefully and in the accounts that won't do you any harm. Anyway, thanks for watching on YouTube. MNQ open worked, YM open magnet worked, RTY range trade worked. All three. So I'll see everybody at our webinar. The link is online. You can see it, and we'll see you tomorrow in the stream.